B. Jordan.
Okay, so we're here now on Live Positive TV. It's your boy Said It Be. Trying out different settings with the cameras. I was on TikTok looking up different ways of recording. Hopefully, this will make the quality of the video look better. Again, my goal is to get a camera. Family and I are looking to book a flight to America soon. Hopefully, buy a camera there because everything here is so expensive. Which leads me into what I wanted to talk about today. My wife was saying that I need to go in more details about stuff with Icelanders. And a big question a lot of Icelanders like to ask me is, what is it like living in Iceland as a foreigner? For me, living in Iceland is, it's comfortable. It's nice. It's really relaxing. It's really fresh. Um, Besides the weather being bad, there's not much you can complain about. One thing that sticks out the most is like the sense of like freedom of movement. And what I mean by freedom of movement is people tend to just go around leaving things, unattended without, any feeling of worries. For example, I made a video on TikTok a while back about how I seen little kids just walking down the street. When I first came to Iceland back in 2016, it blew my mind that I could just see little kids just walking down the street. And even though it was late, they were still walking around by themselves. Funny thing is, I made a video saying that, and people wanted to comment saying, "Oh, now you're just letting people that take children a place for them to go and take their kids." Like, no, like that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that everybody just minds their own business. That's what I mean. And surely, if somebody were to mess with somebody, somebody would be involved because Icelandic people are really, really close to each other. Like everybody knows everybody's business. There's nothing that you can't do that people down the street, around the way, across the country, whatever, won't know what you're doing. It's really unique. It's really fascinating how close people are here in Iceland. Like, I remember they were telling me that there was somebody that died in a car crash and they canceled like all the games and events that were going on in that town because a loved one was lost, and that's how close everybody was in that community, which I find is very beautiful. And I think that's really nice that, people feel this connection of just of unity. So I think that's really nice. And even for me, like as a black man, walking around sometimes in America, you get like people looking at you, giving you eyes like, what is he about to do? What are you going to do? And I'm not saying that it always happens, and I'm not saying that it happens all the time, but there is that fear factor when I'm walking around America of like people judge me for the way I look. Here in Iceland, I don't really feel that as much. And again, I would say that there is times where racism does happen here in Iceland. Racism happens everywhere. Bad things happen everywhere, which leads me to the point, side note, where I just hate so much where if you say something, people want to change it into something else. If I say if I say not all, but if I say some, many, a few, everybody takes it as all. People want to say, "Oh, you're not me, not me." They want to put themselves. I'm talking about from general knowledge of what I'm saying. So, like, it just blows my mind when I talk about how safe it is here in Iceland. People love to talk about, "Oh, it's not that safe. It's not that safe." Did you hear about what happened the other day? And I'm like, if you go to my country where I'm from, America, a murder and it's happening almost every second, every hour. Like it happens all the time. Somebody's being harmed. Yes. Has the crime rate here in Iceland gone up? Yes, it's gone up some. Yes, it's gone up some. Is it because of the foreigners? Maybe so. Yeah, maybe. But still, it's not as bad as where I'm from. That's the point I'm trying to say is it's not as bad as where I'm from. and it's a really nice country to live in because of the safety that is here. Um, Another thing that like was interesting about Iceland is just the party life for me is really interesting for me because in America, you would probably go to somebody's house and you'd probably pregame around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock for like an hour or so, and then you're going out to clubs around 11 and you're partying until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Here in Iceland, you're going into somebody's house maybe at 10 o'clock, pregame in for like an hour or two, and then you're going to the clubs at 12 o'clock. I mean, there was a time where I've gone with friends and they're there at like 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and they're not from Iceland, or you meet tourists and they're like, where's everybody at? And I go, just wait around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, they'll be here. And then boom, they start coming. By then, that's when I'm like ready to go home because I'm too old for that shit now. But yeah, man, people party hard here in Iceland. And one thing, especially in the summertime, is because when the daylight is on like damn near 24/7, I mean, it's just easy for you to just stay out and party till 5 o'clock in the morning. Like that's a real common thing that people do here in Iceland. But um, another thing that people like to ask me is like, what do I eat here in Iceland? I made videos and I've talked about certain Icelandic dishes, like traditional dishes, but I really don't eat that often because one, we cook a lot in my house. My wife is actually, I'm Dutch, and she makes like this really nice Dutch meal that's amazing. We eat like burgers, hot dogs, chicken, and stuff like that. We don't eat much like the typical traditional Icelandic stuff unless it's like the holidays. We'll eat that. We'll go to her mom's house and eat stuff like that. But other than that, we eat pretty normal stuff. I mean, you can go to restaurants, but we don't go to many restaurants. If we do go to restaurants, shout out to my boy, Justin Shouts. We go to Just Wing, and it just had that today. It's amazing. You get chicken wings, KFC, pretty much, yeah. But I really don't have much knowledge on food like that because I don't really go out and eat that much. My problem is I love to snack. Probably gonna do a video about one day about all the different snacks that I like to eat here in Iceland. Shout out to this right here. These dates right here is amazing. Strawberry milkshake, the dollar from Dave and John's Snack Factory. They're absolutely amazing. I bought some other flavored ones, but I really don't remember the names off the top of my head right now. But if I could get them to sponsor me and send me stuff, that would be amazing. But yeah, I mean, it's like I need to write down more of like what I want to talk about. Um, I don't want to make too long of a video because my phone doesn't have that much storage into it, and I just I'm just trying to figure out this day by day, little by little, trying to find topics that I'm comfortable talking about, because I mean, I could easily talk about basketball, but I want to show people that I'm more than just a basketball player. I have a lot of thoughts and other things that go in my head more than just basketball. Like I have a life outside of basketball. And basketball's been part of my life for so long, so that's why it's probably easier for me to talk about. But I feel like everybody talks about basketball. There's many people that talk about living here in Iceland and everything, but I try to talk about it in a more comical way, I guess you can say, on social media. But here on YouTube, it's more of like just trying to just show who I am in a more deep sense. That's why I think YouTube is beautiful because it's with the the deeper sense because it's the long format. It's not just a short format because we fall into where we only have attention span for the 60 seconds, now 90 seconds and 2 minutes. Like nobody wants to look at something unless it's interesting enough for 5 to 10 minutes or even an hour. Because I mean, I've been told before to do vlogs or vlogs, whatever, but I feel like my life isn't as interesting. But I did see Gary, Gary V, a very popular entrepreneur, saying, what you might not think is interesting to others because, for example, there's a guy that goes around and cuts grass at people's house, and I'm like glued into watching it how he cuts grass, and it's the same thing with a guy power washing. I just seen some guy showing how he's in Maine getting lobsters and stuff like that, and what he does with lobsters. And you can see all these different videos of how to cook or how to do this and that, and people are interested in stuff like they had no idea of what. So maybe one day I might do a vlog, but I don't know. It's just right now it's just the point of just getting comfortable with recording while it's just sitting here. It's easier if I had somebody with me, but my wife is shy. Most of my teammates are shy. Most of my friends are shy. Like it's hard to find somebody that wants to like sit here and record and talk with because people feel like nobody cares what they have to say, or they're just like, I don't know what to say. And it's just like you have these conversations with your friends all the time. It's practically the same thing, you know? And I want to do it where like I just want to have like a regular conversation recorded and get people to see a side of somebody that they don't see. And it's with the most simple questions ever. Like sometimes in interviews with like famous people, I wish they would ask them like, what do you do on your bad days? What do you like to eat when you're feeling this? What do you like to do when you're thinking of like this? Like when you're feeling, what do you like to do? Because people tend to think people behind the screen are always that perspective. They don't see it from another side. It's like, oh, they do have another side, you know? I think everybody's more than what they say they are, but nobody shows it. So, yeah. But yeah, this was just like a quick little video that I wanted to make. Um, I'm trying to post as much as I can on YouTube. I had made a video earlier, but the recording messed up because I'm still trying to work out this freaking mic and everything like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did watch it, please leave comments. Please leave suggestions on what you would like to see me talk about. I'm probably gonna start writing stuff down and being able to, be more organized. Right now, it's just the point of just recording and just getting used to doing this and being more consistent. Like I said I want to be consistent in 2025. So I'm trying to be consistent with this for sure. So I hope all of you had a good day. Like always, live life to the fullest with a smile on. Peace, love, and chicken grease.